Hello everyone. Welcome to the free initiative of NextIS Mastering Maths PIQ. Today we will continue with another question of social justice. So today's question is development and welfare schemes for the vulnerable by its nature are discriminatory in approach. Do you agree? Give reasons for your answer. So this question basically has come from the topic welfare schemes for vulnerable section. So now you might have realized that UPSC is directly asking from questions from the syllabus. So learning syllabus and approaching your current affair, aligning your current affair with the syllabus is very crucial aspect that you can have in your answer writing. Okay. So now coming on to our question, let's discuss what you can write in the introduction part. So why this question is, first of all, let's discuss why this question is interesting. Why? Because you need to know in this question you can show your creativity because it has not specified any scheme but it has asked general scheme. So what you can show all the schemes that you have learned in your current affair aspect, all the analysis and all the facts that you have collected with respect to scheme. You can use your facts and implement it in the answer. So let's discuss how you should structure your answer. So as you know, two words are very important in this question. First is by its nature and second is do you agree. So you need to know what are the nature of welfare scheme and are they discriminatory or not. And with respect to that, you need to take a stand that do you agree or not. Okay. So in the introduction part, what you can do? You can start with in 2 days. What are the 2 ways? In first way, you can start with constitutional viewpoint. How? You can link DPSP and welfare state. So, the idea of any welfare scheme is to ensure social justice, to ensure welfareism, and all these are enshrined in the DPSP. And how this area should be covered? This area helps to cover the vulnerable section, and through this vulnerable sections could be uplifted. The whole idea of bringing last man first. So, from DPSP constitutional viewpoint, you can link the introduction part of this question. Or second, you can just simply start as it is a part of social justice. So you can just start with why welfare schemes. Okay, because resources are limited and we need to ensure maximum benefit for maximum people. That's why we need welfare scheme to uplift the marginalized section, to include the excluded, to ensure that the benefit reaches to the downtrodden. So that's why we need welfare scheme. And from here you can cover the aspect of social justice in introduction. Okay, so after linking this introduction, you need to cover body part. In body part, how you can approach? You can approach in certain ways. In this answer, it would be better for you to first highlight what are the discrimination that is visible. So in the question that is asked, do you agree or no? So that you have to give answer. So you can say that there are two kinds of discrimination. First is positive and another is negative. This positive discrimination, this is constitutionally aligned because in article 14, in article 15 we have certain things, certain sections which allow government to bring a downtrodden in the forefront. For example, the issue, the case of reservation, we need to ensure that social justice reaches the marginalized section. That's why we have positive discrimination. And another is negative discrimination, which means that it is the scheme is purposefully discriminatory. Okay, so here by its nature it's not that, because these are the governance failure, administrative lacuna. So these both of things should be clear in your mind. So from here you can start. So by its nature you can take a stand that by its nature schemes are not discriminatory, but in the approach of implementation it might become discriminatory. So while writing answer you should be knowing how these are not discriminatory. Okay. So first we need to ensure how positive discrimination is ensured through this welfare scheme. So how it is ensured? First thing that needs to be understood is it is correcting social justice Okay. So historically, there are certain community which are marginalized, like scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Historically, women have faced many kind of gender discrimination. For all this section, we need a welfare scheme so that they are also part of a equal development process, and they also contribute their 100% to the development of nation. So that's why we need certain kind of positive discrimination in favor of this vulnerable section, so that they can also enjoy the all benefit that is enjoyed equally enjoyed by the other section of the society. That's why we need a certain schemes, like we have Ujjwala Yojana, like we have Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Andolan, like we have tribal sub plan, like we have Eklavya model residential school. So likewise, you can comment one or two schemes and you can highlight why these schemes are very important for vulnerable section. Then you can continue with equity. Okay. So in equity approach, everyone cannot be under one roof. There needs a certain kind of benefit to certain section so that they could come under the same criteria. Because ultimately, it's all about ensuring that every citizen of this country enjoy the benefit of freedom that we have achieved through hard struggle. Every citizen should take the fruit of development. Every citizen should have a very high growth of economic and social development. Okay, that's why we need a equity approach. And while writing all this point, you can link one or two scheme which as a value addition material. So here your talent and your knowledge of current affair would help you to gather good marks. Okay, then you need to ensure inclusion. So why these are schemes are why discriminatory in nature, but they are positively discriminated. How to ensure inclusion? There are certain community, for instance, manual scavenger, the bonded labor community, the tribal people living in remote area. They are excluded from the mainstream. So to bring all those people in the mainstream of the society, to ensure that they are also part of development, where we need a proper welfare scheme. That's why the design of such schemes are aligned to that. Or for instance, if you happen to know the dropout rates or sex ratio, these both things disfavors women. So to bring women in the equal position, to ensure that women gets the equal benefit, we need a scheme like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Okay. So these schemes are looking into way that they are discriminatory in nature, but this kind of positive discrimination is needed to ensure all community gets the fruit of development. Okay. Then we need holistic development. Okay. So there are certain schemes which are rural specific, like Mahatma Gandhi Narega, where employment is given to rural semi-skilled labor force. Here, all the people living in the urban area who are also unemployed might get excluded, might be discriminated to them. But again, we need to focus on those people which are at the lower end of the development process. So rural people, they don't have much avenues to find where they can get the job as compared to urban people. So inherently, the scheme might look discriminatory approach, but the reason behind the discrimination is positive discrimination, so that to ensure there is equity in society, there is equality in the society, there is social justice, and all these things will ensure that vulnerable sections don't remain vulnerable. They are also part of the mainstream society. They are also the powerful community to bring social changes in our society. So that while writing all these things, you can cover one scheme with your point, and then you can say, yes, I do not agree, or yes, if you agree, whatever way you are taking. But the most important thing that you need to answer is give reasons to support your answer. You should be having very nice command on facts, best practices, and data of schemes, so that your answer looks very holistic. Okay, so this is the very important aspect that you need to highlight. Now coming on to the major aspect of second part, what you need to cover in the aspect ki how if they are discriminatory, how this discrimination should be ensured. So now let's talk about what things are to be done to ensure that this discrimination is reduced. So as you know, there are certain things that needs to be talked about. Now, as you know, these are discriminatory in nature, but what are the discrimination that are clearly still visible? These are second aspect is of discrimination still visible, and I am talking about negative discrimination. Still visible in the form of targeted beneficiary. For instance, the loan waiver schemes for farmer. Who are the major beneficiaries? Big farmer. Then again in health sector, who can take the benefit of this scheme? Again, there are nearly 40 to 50% of population who are not able to access the health services. The people living in majorly urban area are able to access the benefit of Ayushman Bharat. So inherently, this becomes a discriminatory approach for the people living. Then there is issue of stigmatization of people. For instance, scheme related to managed convention, the project Abhiyan, project Garima. So how this managed convention would be stigmatized. Instead of bringing them into mainstream, they are highlighted with the manual scavenger tag. So this is the another major problem that welfare schemes connotes to. Okay. Then there is issue of rural versus urban area. So now there are certain schemes which are highly rural oriented, like Panchayat Gram Vikas Yojana, like Manrega. All these are benefiting majorly the rural population, and the large chunk of unemployment which is happening in urban area is not benefited from this scheme. So that's why this scheme becomes discriminatory. Now another issue of exclusion errors. Now there are certain tribal community who are residing in the forest area, who are not part of mainstream society for centuries. Still, they are not able to get the benefit of tribal subplan and other tribal related scheme. Why? Because they are not part of the scheduled tribes. Okay, so these are exclusion area. There are certain elderly who might not get a PDS scheme just because of Aadhaar linkage. So all these things become issue of exclusion area. But the thing with this is these are not by nature, but because of poor implementation. So while writing all this point, link one scheme. For instance, you can just write the create exclusion error. You can give one best example of Eklavya model residential school. For that, it needs 50% of the block should be tribal population. So it's very difficult that that 50% criteria would be met, and due to which a large chunk of population already residing on this block might not get the benefit of Eklavya model residential school because of the criteria set is very absurd. So these are part of implementation. So while writing answer, if you happen to link all those things, you will definitely be getting good marks. So as you know, I have highlighted many schemes. So while writing answer, you should be also highlighting and try to write as many schemes as possible and link all those nitty-gritty with the subheading. So writing and interlinking this point would definitely help you get a better marks. Now, while writing all after writing all this point, what you can conclude? In conclusion, you can talk about universalization. So the major theme, the major social justice issue, the eroding nowadays is universalization. Universalization with respect to health. We are talking about health universalization. Then PDS. Then there is issue of Nyay, Nyuntam Aay Yojana. This scheme has been implemented by Chhattisgarh government, where they are giving direct benefit transfer in the amount of money to people. As the PM Kisan Yojana, it's also a sort of Nyay scheme, a universal to every farmer, a minimum amount of 6,000 would be transferred. The Raitu Bandhu scheme of Telangana, what was it was directly as part of Nyay. So Nyuntam Aay Yojana, instead of giving subsidy in every way, every area, we should be giving direct money to all of the section. So this is the area where we are working upon, and we should also be moving from discriminatory positive discrimination to universalization, because that is the area of development. So we should be progressing a lot where People does not need development from government. People ensure that government develops. Okay, so people should be working, people should be getting employment, people should work with hand in hand government, and both government and people should ensure that India progresses, should ensure that India is Atmanirbhar. So this was all about this question. If you link all these things very nicely, definitely you will be getting good marks. So thank you very much.